Okay, for this tutorial we are going to do some basic Photoshop corrections. We are going to crop a picture. Going to use the spot healing brush, the patch tool, the clone stamp tool, and maybe a few other ones. Alright, so first you're going to go to File, Open. You're going to navigate to your desktop, go to your BIM 2 folder, or your Land School folder, and then I will send you lesson 2, and you will start with this photo. Alright, then we're going to go use the crop tool. And then yours may not, mine already says this because I've done this once, but yours may not. So go over here and you're going to pick width, height, resolution, and you're going to make it 7 inches by 7 inches by 200. Again, I've already done this once, so it has saved my settings, but you'll need to go in again and change the settings. And then 7 inches, 200. Okay. And then we're going to go click the straighten tool, and you are going to drag down the photo, not the straight line, just down the photo, and it's going to straighten it for you. Alright, and then we're going to crop the white part out, so just start cropping. You can crop and drag. And you just want to crop until you get all the white. And that looks pretty good. And then hit enter. I have a little bit left, so I'm going to go back and take that out. Enter. Okay. Go click save. Yours will need to file save as. So file save as. Navigate to your Google Drive. To your BIM folder. I have a week 8. You have a Photoshop folder. You need to make a new folder and name it lesson 2. Open that folder. Put your last name. And if you don't have a new folder icon, you can right click and go to new folder if you need to do that. Make a new folder, open it. Make sure you're in your BIM folder. Yours will say Photoshop instead of week 8, lesson 2. Put your last name in front of it and click save. Click OK if prompted. Down at the bottom, you can check your dimensions. Make sure that's checked. Click the little arrow and check it, and you can see it's 7 by 7 by 200, and that's what yours should say. Okay, now we're going to adjust the color and the light or darkness. So we're going to go over here and click on curve. If you click it once and your properties don't show up, just click it again and your properties for your curve tool show up. You're going to want to get the eyedropper that has the white on the bottom. You may need to actually zoom in some first. So go get the zoom. Just kidding. Go zoom in. Go back and get the white eyedropper. And just go and click on the area that looks white. And you can see how it lightens up. Alright, so I'm going to click zoom, fit to screen. And it's lightened up the whole picture just by that one. Now if yours goes darker, then that means that you didn't click the white area. So just zoom back in again. Get curve, get the white one. Go click on a white area and it'll lighten up for you. Alright? Alright, so we worked on curve. Now we're going to work on levels. So go click on levels. You may have to double click it, but make sure the levels, it shows up to levels. Okay, and you can drag these to 15. I find it easier just to type them in. So that one needs to be 15. Instead of 1, make it 0.90. you can see it's kind of adjusting the levels of the colors. And so it's adjusting the white and black colors levels. And so it refers to them as black points and white points. And so that's what we're adjusting here on the color. All right. Then the next thing that we want to do is we're going to flatten our picture and merge, which I do not like to do this unless you're done adjusting the color. So go adjust the color if you need to. This is just a tutorial, so probably wherever it's at, it's fine. And then we're going to go and flatten the image. Again, once you do this and move past one more step, you can't go back and undo it. So make sure that you're done before you do this. So you're going to go to layers, and all the way down it says flatten image. All right. And now you notice over here that everything is merged together. I'll go back and show you. If you look over here, you have all your different levels of color. I did the curve twice, so it showed up twice. I could delete one of those or turn them off. They're the same, so it doesn't matter. All right, so we're going to go over here. Layers, flatten image, and everything goes together as one. Zoom, fit to screen, close your property bar. Now we're going to use the spot healing. So click in here and get the spot healer. You want to set it to about 25. Again, I did that kind of fast. So spot healer. Set the size to about 25. Hardness 100 for this. And then we're going to zoom in a little because we're going to get this crease in this picture. Go click on the spot healer. And then just start painting it away until you go all the way down to the bottom. Take maybe 5 or 6 strokes and you'll get that done. You may go back and clean up anything else you want. So other things that we would need to clean up, I am going to scroll over. In the corner there's a little mess up on this picture, so if you scroll over it, it'll spot heal. And then anything else that you see in the picture, spot heal and clean all of those up. Now there's probably more, but you get the idea of what we're doing. So zoom out, fit to screen. Okay, next go file save. We are going to use the patch tool, which this is hard to do with the mouse, especially with my mouse pad because it catches the mouse at the bottom. So I may mess up on this, but you probably won't mess up on your computer because you don't have a mouse pad on yours. So if you do, I'd move your mouse pad. We're going to try to take this boy out of the picture. Okay, so we need to zoom in to him. Okay, so zoom in to where he's a pretty big size, so it's easier to do. Click on the patch tool. Make sure it says content aware. Structure needs to be set at 4. So content aware, structure at 4. And you're going to start drawing around him. Get as close as you can. I'd take his shadow out too. Go ahead and get the shadow. All right. So when you connect your line back, then you can move him. You see how he's disappearing and reappearing? So drag him. And also, do you see how the bridge is not even? You want to try to keep it as even as possible. That's going to help your corrections. But watch out for her elbow, because see how you start getting that in there? And then you let go. All right. And then Control D to deselect. And you can see it's not exactly perfect. So now we're going to go and get the clone stamp. So get the clone stamp. All right, first we need to adjust our clone stamp. You need to adjust yours to 60. Adjust the hardness to 30. And then when you're using the clone stamp, you need to remember to use the Alt key. The Alt key is going to pick what you want. See how it changes? Okay. So the last time I used the clone stamp, I cloned something that was really white. So that's why the white dot's showing up. Yours, I don't know what yours is showing up. So hold down the clone stamp and get where you want to clone. Okay. And see how it's building that in for me? You can also drag it. I kind of more like to click. You can make the clone bigger and just kind of fill in to make the bridge look more normal like the rest of it. Okay. And every time you see that, it means I'm picking up a different color because I'm just trying to change the bridge a little. Okay, so then you kind of need to clean this up too. So you hold down the Alt key and go pick something that you'd like. Clone it. Stamp it. Doesn't really have to be perfect. Okay, we want to fix the ground. Clone the line and fix the lines. And just kind of clean it up. Again, this is a tutorial, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So then zoom out. Fit it to screen. And you've removed the boy and fixed the bridge. Now also, you may have to fix, because he was up here in the building. You see how the building is not even. So you can line up and fix the building. You may have to fix part of this other part of this building, but that cleaned up pretty well on my end. When I've done this before, I've had to go up and pretty much clean up a whole bunch of other stuff. But again, this is just a tutorial. You can even just change the building however you want. So you could even just change the building to make it look completely different with the clone stamp. And then file save. Zoom out. Go over to the little boy here and zoom into his shirt. Zoom in to where you can see the pixels. You see all those kind of blue pixels. Okay, you want to be zoomed in to about 400. So check your zoom down here. We're going to go up to filters. We're going to go to noise, dust, and scratches. You can see they've gone away. You can preview it. You can see it. Click OK. It's taken all those little blue dots, little dusty blue and red dots that were there, and they're gone. Okay, now we're going to kind of sharpen the image up a little. So we're going to go to filter, sharpen, smart sharpen. You want to make sure that lens blur is on. You want to change the amount to 60. Make your radius 1.5. Make sure lens blur is on. Click OK. Zoom out. And that is your tutorial on basic Photoshop corrections. We changed the lightness and darkness, the color, we cleaned up some pixels, we took somebody out. And so if you are learning virtually and actually have Photoshop at home and have questions, then send me an email. If you're in class and I'm not in class, send me an email and I'll help you. And we will do some more patch tool tomorrow.